Hello, everyone! Welcome to English with John and Lucy, where you can have fun learning English.
Oh my goodness, John. I cannot believe my eyes.
Ja- Lucy? Why are you laughing? And, hey, is that my wallet?
I found this old plastic card in the back of your wallet. Look at this photo. You look like a frightened mushroom.
Give me that. Oh, no. Oh, wow. That is my old university student ID card.
You look so young. And look at your fashion. Is that a yellow tie with a green shirt?
Hey, that was fashionable back then. That photo was taken on my very first day of university. I was 18 years old and completely terrified.
You look like a baby. But this is perfect because that photo brings us to today's topic.
Let me guess. We are talking about my bad fashion sense.
No, we are talking about the golden years. We are talking about university time.
Whew. Okay, that is a better topic. Put the card away, please. I am turning red. Let's travel back in time to when we were young, smart, and broke. Let's start at the very beginning. The day you left your parents' house. Do you remember it well?
Oh my gosh, yes. It was a sunny Saturday morning. My dad packed the car and my mom was running around checking everything.
Was it an emotional day?
Extremely emotional. My mom started crying in the kitchen. She hugged me so tight I couldn't breathe. She said, "My little girl is leaving the nest."
Ah, that is so sweet. My experience was a little different. My dad just patted me on the back and said, "Good luck, son. Don't break anything."
Typical dad. Were you scared, John?
Terrified. I sat in the car thinking, I don't know how to cook, I don't know how to clean, I am going to die.
Me too. I felt very naive. I didn't even know how to use a washing machine. I was totally unprepared for the real world. Most students live in a dormitory, or dorm for short, during their first year. What was your dorm like?
It was a big, ugly brick building. It looked a bit like a prison, but inside it was full of energy.
My room was tiny. Seriously, John, it was like a shoebox. If I stretched my arms out, I could touch both walls.
I shared my room with another guy. We had a bunk bed. Do you know what that is?
Yes, it's two beds, one on top of the other. Did you sleep on the top or bottom?
I slept on the top bunk. I liked being high up, but climbing the ladder at night was dangerous.
Did you ever fall out?
Once, I was dreaming that I was flying, and then, bam, I hit the floor. My roommate woke up screaming, "Earthquake!"
That is hilarious. I decorated my tiny room with fairy lights and photos to make it feel cozy. Okay, we have to talk about the worst part of dorm life, the bathrooms.
Oh no, please don't remind me. Sharing a bathroom with 20 other boys was a nightmare.
20 boys? That sounds smelly.
It was. It smelled like old socks and cheap deodorant, and there was never any hot water left in the morning.
We had to wear flip-flops in the shower because the floor was so dirty.
Yes, that is the golden rule of dorm life. Always wear flip-flops.
And did people steal your stuff?
All the time. I bought a nice bottle of apple shampoo. It disappeared in 2 days. I was so angry.
That is a crime. Maybe someone wanted to smell like apples. Dorm life really teaches you patience, doesn't it?
After the first year, I couldn't handle the noise and the smell of the dorms anymore. I needed to escape.
Me too. The dorms are fun, but you have zero privacy. So we decided to rent an apartment.
Was it easy to find a house?
No, it was so hard. We looked at so many terrible places. One house had a hole in the roof.
A hole in the roof. Did the landlord fix it?
No, he said, it's good for fresh air. Can you believe that?
Ventilation. That is a funny excuse. Finding a house is stressful. You have to check the price, the location, and the condition.
Finally, we found a small, old house near the campus. It wasn't perfect, but it was ours. When you rent a house, you have to deal with a landlord or landlady, the person who owns the house.
My landlord was a very grumpy old man. His name was Mr. Grinch.
Really? Like the movie character?
Yes, he hated noise. If we played music after 9 p.m., he would call us and shout, "Turn that down."
Yikes! My landlady was actually quite nice. She sometimes brought us cookies, but she was very strict about clean walls.
We had to sign a lease, which is a legal contract. It's very serious business.
And we had to pay a deposit. That's a lot of money you give them in case you break something. I was so scared of losing my deposit that I didn't hang any pictures on the walls for a whole year.
Living in a house means you have housemates. I live with 3 other boys. It was chaotic.
3 boys? That sounds like a mess waiting to happen. Who did the cleaning?
Nobody. That was the problem. We had a mountain of dishes in the sink. It grew taller every day.
Oh, that's disgusting, John. Did you have mold growing on the plates?
Probably. We eventually made a chore chart, a schedule. John takes out the trash. Mike cleans the bathroom.
Did it work?
For exactly 1 week, then everyone got lazy again. We argued about whose turn it was to buy toilet paper.
The toilet paper argument is a classic university fight. I lived with 3 girls, and we were messy too, but at least we washed our dishes.
Let's go back to the academic part. Do you remember the first week? It's usually called orientation week.
Yes, in the UK, we call it Freshers' Week. It's a crazy time. It's all about parties, meeting people, and signing up for things.
I remember walking around the campus with a map in my hand. I looked like a lost tourist.
Me too. The university was so big, it was like a maze. I asked a random guy, "Excuse me, where is the library?"
Did he help you?
Yes, but I was holding the map upside down. I was so embarrassed. My face turned red.
The best part of orientation week was the free stuff. I got so many free pins, t-shirts, and pizza slices.
Yes, I signed up for 10 different clubs just to get the free candy. I didn't go to any of the meetings, though. John, what was your major, the main subject you studied?
I decided to major in computer science. I loved video games, so I wanted to learn how to make them.
That sounds very difficult. Was there a lot of math?
So much math. Calculus, algebra, my brain hurt every day. What about you, Lucy? What was your major?
I majored in English literature. I've always loved reading stories and poems.
That suits you perfectly. Did you ever think about changing your major?
Almost. I took one psychology class because I thought it would be interesting to read minds.
And?
And then I saw the biology textbook. It was huge. I said, "Nope, too hard," and went back to my novels.
University classes are very different from high school classes. We had lectures.
Yes, the rooms were enormous. They're called lecture halls. Some of them looked like a cinema.
My biggest class had 300 students in it. The professor stood on the stage with a microphone. He looked like a tiny ant.
Did you sit in the front row or the back row?
I was a back row student. I liked to hide in the back so the teacher wouldn't ask me questions.
I usually sat in the middle. The seats were so uncomfortable. They were made of hard wood.
And the room was always either freezing cold or boiling hot. There was no middle ground.
I admit, sometimes I struggled to stay awake, especially after lunch. The professor's voice was so monotonous. Blah, blah, blah. Because the professor spoke so fast, we had to take notes furiously.
I tried to write down everything they said. My hand would cramp up. Scribble, scribble, scribble.
Did you use a laptop or a notebook?
I used the notebook in the first year, but my handwriting is terrible. When I looked at my notes later, I couldn't read them.
Is this word history or hungry?
Exactly. So I switched to a laptop, but then I had a new problem.
What was that?
Facebook. It was too easy to stop taking notes and start scrolling through social media.
I know. I would see people in front of me watching movies or shopping online during class. It was very distracting.
When you weren't in class, where did you spend most of your time?
The library. It was basically my second home. I think I spent more time there than in my own bed.
I liked the library. It had that specific smell, the smell of old paper and stress.
The smell of stress. It was always so quiet. You had to whisper, "Hey, John, do you have a pencil?"
And if you talked too loud, the librarian would glare at you. She had laser eyes.
But during exam week, the library was a war zone. It was impossible to find a seat.
People will leave their jackets on chairs to preserve them for hours. It made me so angry.
Speaking of exams, John, be honest, did you ever pull an all-nighter?
Oh, definitely. Pulling an all-nighter means staying awake all night to study, right?
Yes, it's a terrible idea, but sometimes you have no choice.
I remember one time I had a big coding project due at 8 a.m. I stayed in the computer lab all night.
How did you stay awake?
Energy drinks and fear. I drank 3 cans of Monster. My hands were shaking like a leaf.
I did it once for a literature essay. I watched the sun come up through the library window. It was beautiful, but I felt like a zombie.
And then you have to go to the exam feeling exhausted. It is not healthy, kids. Don't do it. University life is expensive. Books, food, rent, it adds up quickly. Did you have a part-time job?
Yes, I had to work. I was a waitress at a busy pizza restaurant on weekends.
Was it a fun job?
It was okay, but it was exhausting. Carrying heavy trays of pizza burned a lot of calories, and some customers were rude.
Oh, really? Do you have a story?
One man complained that his pizza was too round. Can you believe that? This pizza is too round.
That is ridiculous. I worked as a math tutor. I helped high school students with their homework.
That sounds like a good job for you, John. You are very patient.
It was better than washing dishes, but sometimes the kids didn't want to learn. They just wanted to talk about video games.
Even with a part-time job, I was always broke. That means I had no money.
Me too. We were the definition of poor students. I had to budget every single dollar.
I remember looking at my bank account and seeing $5. I thought, okay, how can I survive for 3 days with $5?
We became experts at finding free things. If there was an event on campus with free food, we were there.
Come to the poetry club meeting, free cookies. I didn't care about poetry, I just wanted the cookies.
Student discounts were a lifesaver. 10% off at the cinema, 15% off at the clothing store. I used my student ID everywhere. Because we had no money for restaurants, we had to cook for ourselves.
Oh no, this is a sad topic. My cooking skills were non-existent.
What was your signature dish?
Pasta with ketchup.
Pasta with ketchup? Lucy, that is a crime against Italian food.
I know, but it was cheap. I also ate a lot of toast. Toast for breakfast, toast for dinner.
My cooking was dangerous. Once I tried to boil an egg. I put it on the stove and went to watch TV.
Let me guess, you forgot about it?
Yes, I heard a loud bang. The egg exploded. There was eggshell on the ceiling.
An exploding egg. That is classic. I think we all survived on instant noodles.
The best part of university wasn't the food, obviously. It was the people. How did you make friends?
In the beginning, it was awkward. You just have to be brave and talk to strangers.
I remember sitting in the lecture hall, turning to the guy next to me and saying, "Hi, I'm John. Do you understand what the professor is saying?"
And what did he say?
He said, "No, I have no idea." And we became best friends instantly. Shared confusion is a great way to bond.
I met my best friend, Anna, in the laundry room. We were both complaining about the washing machines.
University friends are special. You see them every day. You study together, eat together, and party together.
They become your family away from home. I also loved meeting international students. My university was very diverse.
Yes, I had friends from Japan, Brazil, Germany, and Vietnam.
It was so cool to learn about their cultures and the food. My Vietnamese friend cooked pho for me once.
Wow, delicious. Did you have any language misunderstandings?
A few. Once I tried to speak Spanish to a student from Spain. I wanted to say I am embarrassed, but I said I am pregnant.
Oh, no. That is a famous mistake. Embarazada means pregnant.
Yes, he looked very shocked. I turned so red, but we laughed about it later.
Did you join any clubs or societies? There were hundreds to choose from.
I joined the drama club, of course. We put on plays and acted like crazy people.
That makes sense. You love being dramatic. I joined the gaming society.
What did you do there? Just play games?
Yes, we met every Friday night, ordered pizza, and played video games until midnight. It was paradise.
There were some weird clubs, too. Do you remember the Harry Potter Club?
Yes, they played Quidditch in the park. They ran around with brooms between their legs.
And the Cheese Appreciation Society. They just met to eat cheese and drink wine. I should have joined that one. Okay, we have to talk about the nightlife, the parties.
Ah, yes, the loud music, the dancing, the red plastic cups.
I wasn't a huge party animal, but I went to a few house parties. They were always very crowded.
The floor was always sticky. Why is the floor always sticky at student parties?
Spilled soda and mysterious liquids. Did you dance, John?
I tried, but I danced like a robot. My friends always laughed at me.
I loved Halloween parties. Everyone dressed up in costumes.
One year, I didn't have a costume, so I just wrote Error 404, costume not found, on a t-shirt.
John, that is the laziest costume ever. You are such a computer nerd.
Now for a juicy topic, love. Did you have a university romance?
Ooh la la, yes. I had a boyfriend in my second year.
Tell us the story. How did you meet?
We met in a coffee shop on campus. He was reading my favorite book. I thought, wow, he is perfect.
That sounds like a movie scene. Did you go on romantic dates?
Sort of. We didn't have money for fancy dinners, so our dates were usually study dates in the library.
Whispering sweet nothings over a textbook?
Exactly. Oh, darling, your essay is so good. What about you, John?
I was too shy. I had a massive crush on a girl in my chemistry class. She had beautiful curly hair.
Did you talk to her?
No, I just stared at her from across the room. I was afraid I would say something stupid.
University relationships are intense, but they don't always last. My boyfriend and I broke up before graduation.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was it a dramatic breakup?
Yes, there were lots of tears. I spent a week in my room eating ice cream and listening to sad songs.
The breakup diet, ice cream and chocolate.
It's the only cure for a broken heart.
But looking back, do you regret it?
No, it was a learning experience. You learn what you want in a partner, and my friends were amazing. They helped me feel happy again.
Even with friends and parties, university can be lonely sometimes. Did you get homesick?
Yes, definitely. Especially in the winter when it was dark and cold. I missed my mom's cooking so much.
I missed my dog, Buster. I talked to him on Skype.
You Skyped your dog? That is adorable.
He just licked the screen, but it made me feel better.
Being sick is the worst part. When you have the flu and you are alone in your apartment, you just want your mom to bring you soup.
You realize how much your parents did for you. Wait, the soup doesn't magically appear?
How did you get around campus? It was a big place.
I bought a bicycle. I thought it was a great idea.
Was it?
It was great in the summer, but in the winter, disaster. Riding a bike on ice is dangerous.
Did you crash?
Many times, I slipped and fell in front of a group of girls. My dignity was destroyed.
Oh, poor John. I took the campus bus. It was free for students.
Was it reliable?
No, it was always late, and it was always packed like a tin of sardines. You had to squeeze in. Move back, please.
The best feeling in the world was going home for the holidays, Christmas break or summer break.
Yes, getting off the train and seeing my dad waiting there.
And bringing a huge suitcase full of dirty laundry.
The laundry run. My mom hated it, but she washed it anyway. She is a saint.
Sleeping in your old bed felt so comfortable. And opening the fridge, and it is full of real food, cheese, fruit, meat.
I ate like a queen for 2 weeks, but then...
Then you start to get bored. You miss your friends, you miss the freedom.
Exactly. After a month, I was ready to go back to my smelly student house.
Let's talk about success. University is hard work. What was your proudest moment?
For me, it was winning a short story competition in my 3rd year.
Wow, that is amazing, Lucy. I didn't know that.
Yes, I wrote a story about a ghost in the library. I won $50 and a certificate.
You were rich. $50 is a lot of instant noodles.
I felt so proud. What about you?
My proudest moment was passing my advanced algorithms exam. Everyone said it was impossible to pass.
But you did it.
I studied for 3 weeks straight. No parties, no video games. When I saw the A grade on the paper, I almost cried tears of joy.
In the final year, every student has to face the monster, the thesis.
Or the dissertation, a 10,000-word paper. It is the final boss of university.
It was so stressful. I spent days just staring at a blank screen. I had terrible writer's block.
I practically lived in the computer lab. My eyes turned square from looking at the monitor.
And do you remember the printing drama?
Oh no, the printers always break on the deadline day.
Yes, it was 1 hour before the deadline and the printer jammed. Paper jam! I wanted to smash it.
But the feeling when you finally hand it in, walking out of the office?
Pure relief. I felt light as a feather. It is finished.
And then, finally, the big day arrived, graduation.
We put on the long black gown and the funny square hat.
The mortarboard. I felt like a wizard or a judge.
My parents came to watch. My dad wore his best suit. He looked so proud.
My mom cried again. She took about 1,000 photos. Stand here, smile, look at the camera.
When they called my name, I was so nervous about tripping on the stage.
Me too. Don't fall, don't fall. But I walked across, shook the dean's hand, and got my diploma.
And then we threw our hats in the air. It was a magical moment. We were officially graduates.
But the next morning, the magic fades and reality hits.
The post-graduation panic.
What do I do now? No more classes, no more student loans?
We had to enter the real world. We had to find jobs.
I spent months writing my resume or CV and sending it to companies.
Job interviews were scary, wearing uncomfortable business clothes and trying to sound professional.
Yes, I am very hardworking, lying through our teeth. But eventually, we found our way.
A sad part about finishing university is leaving your friends.
Yes, everyone moves to different cities or countries to find work.
I promised my friends we will speak every week, but
Life gets busy. You speak once a month, then once a year.
social media helps. I see their photos on Instagram. Oh, Mike got married. Sarah had a baby.
And when you do meet up, even if it's years later, it feels like no time has passed.
That is the mark of true friendship.
Looking back now, do you have any regrets? Is there anything you would do differently?
I think I wish I had studied abroad. Some of my friends went to Spain or France for a semester.
That would have been amazing. Why didn't you go?
I was too scared to leave my comfort zone. I regret that now. What about you, John?
I regret worrying too much about grades. I was always stressed.
You were a perfectionist.
Yes, I wish I had relaxed more. I wish I had gone to more parties and worried less about exams.
That's good advice for our listeners. Work hard, but enjoy the moment. You're only young once.
Was university the best time of your life?
It was a defining time. It made me who I am today. I learned how to think, how to argue, and how to survive.
Me too. It taught me independence. It taught me that I can handle difficult things.
And it taught us that instant noodles are a food group.
Yes, valuable life skills.
Before we say goodbye, let's look at some grammar we used today.
We used the past continuous tense a lot to set the scene.
For example, I was sleeping when I fell out of bed.
My mom was crying in the kitchen.
We were studying in the library.
Use this when you want to describe an action that was happening around a specific time in the past.
We also used lots of money vocabulary: rent, deposit, budget, broke.
These are essential words for adult life.
We have a fun challenge for you guys today.
We want you to use your imagination. Please write a comment below.
Question: if you could study any subject at any university in the world, what would it be?
For example, I would study fashion design in Paris.
Or I would study history in Rome.
Or maybe I would study robot engineering in Tokyo.
Dream big. We can't wait to read your answers.
Well, that's the end of our journey through memory lane.
Thank you so much for listening. We hope you learned some new vocabulary and had a few laughs with us.
If you enjoyed this episode, please smash that like button.
And don't forget to subscribe to English with John and Lucy for more lessons.
Stay curious, keep practicing, and don't explode eggs.
Goodbye, everyone. Class dismissed.
Bye-bye. See you next time.
Thank you for learning with John and Lucy, where learning English is always fun.
See you in the next video.